My posse deep and irate, and we act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma stand up. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. Ferragamo stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead presses in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Patience thinner than a pantyhose.
Over here in a few pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama watching television, telling me avoid the system. Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayer hands, hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, mostly yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body, safe to say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? All in my system, been the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Daddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me?
Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now. Hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Welcome back, everybody, to FedEx Field, just outside of our nation's capital. It's the Redskins who have the football as we get back into it in quarter number 3.
Man blitz, coverable.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run it here with Thompson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Smith. Completes it right side to Dodson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Smith finding Dodson that time for a Washington first. Smith now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete.
What the fuck?
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not horrible.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenny Clark coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the gun, here's Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Jordan Reed has it. And he gets us inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
On first down, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. It's hauled in by Dodson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Rodgers to his tight end, Graham, on a big one. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
319!
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Oh, now he bowls him over. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now it's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Crosby on now to kick it away.
Let's go, Boo. Let's go, Packers.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Smith on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Yeah.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Yes.
And this is going to be Packer football.
Yes.
In that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes.
Yeah.
Pretty symptomatic
Yeah.
what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be... Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Wait, how you change the difficulty? I didn't know you could change the difficulty.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Tressway now.
I don't know.
As he's on to punt for Washington. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
That's out. Well, I don't know. Whatever difficulty it's on.
And continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay,
but all
Madden
is so slow. I'm not playing that slow mode.
Here in the final
I'm
stages of this one, I don't know if there's any
I
better
refuse
feeling
to.
than
I'm
being
sorry,
up big on
buddy.
the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel, No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the
Catch
final
it
moments
in.
of this one. Throw left side complete.
Yes!
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'm just finishing up the game I started
And
yesterday.
they just had another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
26. Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
I didn't want this, but okay, let's go.
Rodgers now on first down.
Oh, he snagged it.
Zone touchdown, Green Bay.
Man snagged the ball from the air from his own dude, bro. Man wanted the
And
touchdown.
the Packers are pouring
See
it
that shit?
on.
You have fun with this one, partner.
Look
Yeah,
at
he's
this.
been fun
Man
to
took
watch
the
under
ball.
center.
We always talk about
That was like
getting to
straight
the next
whoop,
level, right? When we see
reach
people
back
get into the
one-handed.
zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything.
Fool, I
he throws
never
is
get
gonna be a
Hail Marys.
completion and going in the
Nah,
end zone.
this shit.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. The toss running left.
I
That's
even
Montgomery.
twist.
And this will result in
Oh
him
my
losing
god.
yardage back to the 3.
Whoops, wrong button. How you switch your teams in all Madden, bro? Tony, how do you switch? No, I ain't give me no option to for a team this season. I'll open that later. You can't change it. Where do you go for all Madden? Were they there?
So what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm. Have it thoughts for the cream renegade. for the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tip. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it. Kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger. Money over my head stone. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm gang 3 times on my headstone. Been cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone.
In a headstone. Fool, where you got to play?
So don't push me. Trouble something 96. You were shook when Reeves and know the ledge. I'm your. What's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain.
Ooh, for all Madden?
Ain't no damn explosive Beast Coast. The mother ride or die for money, strictly for money. Survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm indeed cover skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God
You got to
I gave you power. 21 questions like the warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money tonight.
That's how you switch it. How do you go to all Madden, fool? Customize?
All white rank. Couldn't hit if had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost all the shine. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never helped your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Look in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt, it's a large. I don't care, I cross a ghost. Got 2 cribs in 2 states, I be doing the most. I got white folks money that I won't blow. And if you ask why, cause the white folks don't. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. The type of money you gon' need a sight. The type of money you gon' need a
Ravens.
From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Everything proper, no propaganda. Tropicana Gold Yard bandana. Big, a lot of like
What?
Do a birthday
Before I leave, I want you to show me how to cook this so I can have breakfast again.
like acrylic. Yeah, but had cornrow. I can see you hang with the door closed. Now I'm looking for a glove with a sparkle on it. And my got chocolate on it. Big bank, take small. Bank account on some talk. Attitude on some. Bank roll on what it do, boo. He had the roulette vibe. And if I ain't did it yet, I'll try.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need a sight. The type of money you gon' need a bank. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
She said, what you gon' do if I leave? I said, I'ma do me. B.I.G. Everything zoomed in. Big on me looking like I'm moving in. Got my foot in the door and we still here. I'm a first generation millionaire. I broke the curse in my family not having. I'm passionate like just after more than just passion.
Good.
Feed me to the wolves, now I lead the packet. You boys all cap, I'm more Colin Kaepernick. I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Or going to wealth from welfare. I turn my W's to those. I might buy a red bottoms with the crib.
And if I continue that game, will the difficulty change?
But you got it better than a Tesla.
I'm gonna start a new game.
Big bank, tight, low bank. Type of money you gon' need a sight. Type of money you gon' need a bank. From the hood, this type of money make you stay away. Type of money gon' let you. Big bank, tight, low bank. Big bank, tight, low bank.
Back again, back to back, made back, stacked it.
Falcons.
I'm a Slim Shady, the M. Once he black, he'll be back again. Tell him that it's crunch time abdomen. Yes, I caught Mad Chanel and Mad Javin. She did it again, imagine them. About to make these bums mad again. them. I lead the pack, so my back's to them. Yup, the queen's back, what's happening?
Let's go.
Let's do this. Again. On my ankle. Young money in the cut like a tell-tip rubber bands on my bankroll. Show my like a
big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Big bank, tight, low bank, bank. Type of money you gon' need to sight. The type of money you gon' need to buy.
I didn't even know how to change it, fool.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, 2016 NFL MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons go head-to-head against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half.
Here we go,
but
baby.
it's time for a little football. So we'll
Time for a little football.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Green Bay's offense trots back on the field, and they have a new head coach as of this week, at least interim-wise. Mike McCarthy fired after the loss against Arizona, and that was the big story. The other story, they're 4-7-1 right now.
Unbelievable, because we all thought this would be a playoff team when the season ended, and you kept waiting during the year for them to make their move. Never could find their footing, couldn't win on the road, and then finally losing at home to Arizona. That cost Mike McCarthy his job. Only the second time.
Fuck. No one's open.
Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him.
I'm in my normal place. Look at this.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
319. Jump out. Zoom.
To throw, it's Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Oh, man, got in my way. Oh, my gosh.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
I don't know why you
Can I go back to my team?
Guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Ain't tripping.
From the gun, it's Ryan. His first look is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10.
Let's go.
At the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers to throw again. Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
We get set to see the Falcons offense again, and it's a group that really struggled last weekend in the loss to Baltimore. If you look at the numbers, their worst offensive output in almost 20 years.
And earlier this season, with so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball, the offense was carrying Atlanta. Remember when they had that nice streak and they got to 4-4, and it looked like, hey, they could surge and be a factor? Then the offense has gone south for them. 4th straight loss. Matt Ryan just 131 passing yards. A career low when he's attempted 20 or more passes in a game.
And now they travel to Green Bay. Beginning of the year, that looked like a blockbuster game. Both of those teams really struggling. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 45 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Coleman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Here's Ryan to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's okay.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So they took a shot on first down, but
so close.
The Packers and Falcons, they've had some memorable encounters in recent years. They met at the Georgia Dome in the 2016 NFC Championship game won by Atlanta, as well as the first regular season game at the new Mercedes-Benz Dome. That game also won by the Falcons 34-23, so revenge on the minds of the green and gold here. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey, and he will score.
Oh my gosh!
What you just saw there?
Can't they be that dude in the back?
Year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys. You've told me before to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
I want to see you, I need you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Williams now on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
All right.
Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
Fuck this shit.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down.
Back saying pressing freaking square.
That one goes for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This is Coleman, and he stopped immediately there. Tramon Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there.
Fuck, they're running it.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw is Ryan. And he'll take it into touchdown Atlanta. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Now here's Bryant to kick it
away.
This is so stupid. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this drive will start.
What the fuck? What's wrong with my team?
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
319! Hey, check 26! 319!
On 1st down, Rodgers.
What the? Man has hops! Man has hops! Man has hops!
He will score! Touchdown, Falcons!
Man has hops, bro.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast, then
can't change my team. My team's retarded.
Bryant's extra point up and good.
Damn
and
it,
the
boy.
round is on here in this first half.
You think you're pissed?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back
How do you
to the
knee?
16-yard line. Aaron Rodgers.
Fool, they fucked me up. That's what happened. Man had huge ass fucking hops. Let's try the dagger. Do you have anyone blocking me? I do.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down.
Fuck! I forget to pay attention to the freaking defenders.
Now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. As they'll talk it
really,
over
that's
here
all?
before what'll be an important third down.
Yeah, that was nice.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Across the NFL, all the buys are done, so the 32 teams have played exactly 12 games. And if you look at the offensive leaders right now, Charles, starting with passing, Ben Roethlisberger at the top, but Patrick Mahomes is right on his heels.
Just 22 yards behind, and he's the guy that everyone is focused in on. He's fun to watch. How about the rest of the top 5?
Oh, my defenders are retarded.
The guys toting the ball. Todd Gurley leads with 1,175 yards. Ezekiel Elliott right on his heels as well.
I even pressed triangle.
Yeah, those are the two 1,000-yard rushers right now in the National Football League.
Why is it rushing
now
me?
The Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing now is Rodgers. And
Fucking
Rodgers
ass, I didn't press that button.
Picked off about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick 6 there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Dude, this game's a
So they
slaughter.
throw the pick 6. They'll get another
Is that even
shot at
fun
it
no
now
more?
as this one's in the air. This fielded a few
I
yards
even run out.
And he's up past the 20
I
to
didn't
the
even run out. I just
22-yard
stood there.
line.
I didn't even touch the controller, fool. You see that shit?
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out.
Good. Wait.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get this started up in Orchard Park, an AFC's matchup with the Jets in town to take on Buffalo. And that's been a back-and-forth game.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
This seems stupid.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay,
get the
they're not. Let's see how it plays
down.
out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry.
Man just ran out. He's like,
Busting
oh.
this open, that's a good start for him.
That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Ryan on first down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Ryan now off the bootleg. That is caught at the 7.
Ooh.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being a...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper.
Dude, why my computer's freaking retarded?
And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Fool, I didn't move. Look, I'm not going to move. Oh.
Williams to return. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Fool, what's wrong with my stupid people?
Not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On play action. Now Rodgers.
Oh,
the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
319.
Rodgers again now. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And it's incomplete. Now they go for it on fourth down.
All right, I give up. Later, I'm getting off the game. It's game. I'm not going to come back.